What is the New World Order? From reproduction to creation. Discernment, please. The New World Order is a covert plan, although not so much anymore, by a global elite to establish a centralized authoritarian world government. It seeks to consolidate power by dismantling national sovereignty, controlling economies, and implementing mass surveillance and population control. It involves secret societies, influential organizations, and advanced technologies working in unison to manipulate global events and reshape society. It is a deliberate agenda to suppress individual freedoms and enforce a new one world hierarchical system of control. New World Order, global shakeup, Donald Trump's strategic moves that could change the world order. How a second Trump administration will change domestic and world order. Donald Trump's new administration so far. Can BRICS create a new world order? Dozens of nations want to join the five-nation club. But to challenge the US-led global hierarchy, BRICS first needs to overcome internal fissures. Europe and the New World Order, an updated approach to foreign engagement. How Iran's next president sees an emerging New World Order. Are the US and Israel creating a New World Order in the Middle East? Republicans, Democrats, US national debt. Not one, not a single one of us regrets not taking it. Breaking. Scientists warn that Earth could run out of conspiracy theories by 2025 if they keep coming true at the current rate. An average home has 2 washing machines. Washing machine and brain washing machine. Agenda 21. Recolonizing you into dense cities for the purpose of controlling your resource consumption, overall movement, length of life, and managed death. They can remove my videos and delete my posts, but they can't delete what I know. Unfortunately, even individuals who are waking up do not understand what is happening. Humanity is being bombarded with tragedies, more and more every day, but most people are still trying to find a solution inside this rotten system. Humanity is in a monumental dead end. This is an evolutionary crisis. It is the end of the human species, the end of the intelligent animal. Each individual must take the decision to stop participating and feeding this horrible illusion which we believe to be our reality. It is time to dream very hard about the next step, the new eidesic species. It is the separation of me with myself which causes fear. This is where fear comes from. Fear stops the person from contacting his natural common sense. This is how he becomes disconnected from his intelligence and his reason, and therefore he is manipulable at will. From the outside, it is by keeping the human being in forgetfulness of who he is, the creator of the universe, that he is reduced to a fearful sheep who puts his trust in his usurpers. Well played, external authorities, but your beautiful days are numbered. It will not be like that anymore. We are committed to discovering our inner sovereignty and obeying it, because a sheep who is no longer afraid is no longer a sheep. Recently, My soul pushed me with extreme intensity, and therefore I had to listen to her. I faced my greatest fear. I left my family and the world of illusion. The only way forward is to get out of the illusion, out of the triangle of hell. I must remember who I am, and then understand what the hell I'm doing here on Earth. I include the links to my video, I'm Out of the Matrix. Booklet number 1 of Personal Creatia, Evolution Towards the New Species. This first booklet was published in French and English in 2008 and in Spanish in 2009. DSG updated this booklet in 2020, but only in French. In order to share this latest information, I will be translating the 2020 French version into English and Spanish. When a similar page is available in the original version, I will include a screenshot of that page, as well as the translated 2020 version. If a similar page is not available, I will include the French page as well as the translated page. Please share this information with awakening individuals. Booklet number 1 of Personal Creatia, Evolution Towards the New Species. Pages 28 and 29. From reproduction to creation. Obviously, the end of the survival of the species automatically brings the end of reproduction. No more babies. No more attempts to keep improving the old Homo sapiens species. No more offsprings that we push to become ever more intelligent and courageous, richer and stronger. It's the end of the same old, worse. Being immortal is the difference. I stopped being afraid of dying. Finally, my whole life was previously ruled by a million fears that carefully camouflaged the unique and irremediable fear of death, fear of losing my job, fear of running out of money, fear that my partner will leave with the neighbor, fear that my children will not take care of me when I'm old and helpless, fear that my friends will abandon me, fear of no longer being desirable, fear of being fat, of having saggy breasts, etc. The list is endless. The only fear, the fear of dying, which continually haunts the depth of my daily survival, will fade and then go away. Being creatrix is the difference. Living as an eidesic being automatically implies the end of the reproductive function. No more babies, no more sex. I will become an eidesic being, asexual, neither male nor female. No more marriage, divorce, wars of the sexes, rape, incest, pornography, dirty diapers, pedophilia, or battered women and men. And, at long last, no more mushy love songs. Reproduction gives way to creation. Sexual activity will lose its reason for being, because I will no longer create in that way. I will then go from procreation, animal reproduction, to true creation. To create is to draw from nothing, to make something out of nothing, to make an original. Procreation is only reproducing something that already exists. It is making a photocopy, a crude reproduction. It is far from being the same thing. Besides, when you go to an art gallery, the price of an original, a real piece of art, is very different from that of a reproduction, a fake. My body, of an all-powerful winged mare, and all the surrounding matter will be made of an eidesic substance created out of love and joy. Actually, the substance already exists. All I have to do is free myself from my fears to have access to it. It is another environment where immortality has replaced the illusion of death. The substance announces the realization of the old, unfulfilled dream of physical immortality of the human being. Discernment, please. In these times of destabilization in which we live, confusion reigns. Who's right? Who's wrong? Who's telling the truth? Who is lying? Who's good? Who is bad? All systems are collapsing. Values are flying away. Doctors now have the right to end the patient's life without authorization or explanation. Murder is legalized. At the same time, we are taught that judgment is to be prohibited. We must be politically, socially, spiritually correct. How can we find our way around? Let's start with the big, easy lie. Let's remember that the function of external authorities, governments and religions, is to deceive us, to dominate and exploit us. That is unmissable. School teaches obedience to authority as well as to vaccine, drug, scientific, negationist dogmas, etc. What's more, the New Age religion has corrupted the entire generation by instilling in them, from an early age, the worship of nature and of its god Pan. This is the big subtle lie of ecological mayonnaise. The mayo, ecolo, bio, recyclo, warmingo, climato, environmento, virtual, spiritual collapse. Believers are rewarded. Non-believers are banished. Spirits are invoked with popular group meditations. The opening of interdimensional portals, Booklet 3, in order to attract world peace. The virtuous ecologists have diluted the movement of the courageous yellow vests in the name of the anti-government convergence protest, while they serve the external authorities under the governance of the UN and its Agenda 21. The big picture, see insert, is the ideal tool to see everything clearly. At any time and in any situation, it provides us with discernment, difference between truth and lies, and distinguishes it from judgment, duality, good evil of the world of lies. In addition, it tells us the level of consciousness in which we are at in each moment. White sheep, black sheep, sovereign mare, or winged mare. Discernment is a quality of the soul, while judgment is a faculty of the lying mind. The soul gives the direct truth, without analysis, without explanations. It detects lies, perceives accuracy, distinguishes reality from illusion, the world of truth, mare, from the world of lies, sheep. The more we evolve in consciousness, the more we have access to it. But the truth is frightening. We prefer to remain in the false comfort of lies. Infinite love. From millennium slavery to individual sovereignty. In the Orient, in the 20th century, Sri Aurobindo and the Mother discovered and anchored truth consciousness, the supramental consciousness in the earthly atmosphere. Once well anchored, the new consciousness was ready to move on to the next stage, its popularization and propagation. In the West, in the 21st century emerged personal creatrix, the power of the sovereign person to govern oneself. Sri Aurobindo's integral yoga goes beyond individual liberation and undertakes collective transformation on earth. After the death of Sri Aurobindo, the Mother continued their work, and on February 29, 1956, the supramental consciousness was definitely anchored on earth. One single and sincere look at the present world situation is enough to convince anybody that it has reached a point of no return. Humanity is heading towards a monumental dead end. Let's stop repeating our obsolete ways, which can only bring more suffering. Personal creatrix continues the diffusion of truth consciousness in the West. Substantial unity replaces the guru-disciple separation. Let us all spread the contagion of love. I'm out of the game. Like Truman in The Truman Show, I have taken my bow and left a world of illusion, this computer simulation to which I have given authority to manage my life. I leave the theater, where I have played time and time again the roles of disciple, daughter, parent, dentist, entrepreneur, citizen. Today, I devote myself fully and without limits to spreading individual sovereignty, the truth consciousness that I have been experiencing since 2002. Infinite love.